The Chad Mendes quotes, taking the belt away from Volkanovski, just like Aldo. The mannerisms, the tattoos, the personality, the quotes, the look, the style. Ilia Topuria has copied the McGregor blueprint to a T. He's done a lot of things similar to Conor or exactly the same. You can tell coming up, he really looked up to Conor McGregor. Like, just for an example, at UFC 317, when he was arguing with Pimblett, like he was saying he'll wrestle his balls on his phone.
Put my balls in your phone.
Conor McGregor said that to Chad Mendes. There's so many things, so many examples. And to be fair, a lot of guys have tried it. There's a lot of fighters coming up that have kind of tried to take that Conor blueprint, and it hasn't worked out in that way. Guys like Darren Till, so on and so forth. And although Ilia is my favorite fighter right now, I'm surprised a lot of people haven't really noticed this. I mean, obviously people have noticed, but not to this certain extent. Like, it's very similar to the way he's going about things. It's just crazy because I think of him like the good version of Conor. Like, he's acting and doing the same things that he did, but I think he's going to take it to a different level. He's already a double champ. He doesn't have that much fights in the UFC. He's dedicated to the game. And he doesn't seem like a guy that's going to sell out like Conor did. And at this point as well, like, the UFC is dying for a superstar, so right now is the perfect time for Ilia to catapult himself. He's already the biggest star in the UFC, in my opinion. But there not being another star is just going to help him even more. Khamzat Chimaev has that ability, but the only thing hurting Khamzat is his activity. Hopefully, if he beats Dricus, and becomes champ, he'll be more active. Because, like I said, I do think if Khamzat is more active, he could give Ilia a run for his money when it comes to Stardom, but that's just another hypothetical at this point. I'm just, actually surprised that, this worked out for Ilia, because we've seen it time and time again, like I said. Guys try to copy Conor and it just doesn't work out for them, but he was able to make this work, and now it's almost like his personality in a way. When he first got into the UFC, he really didn't even speak English, and you see now, he just says a lot of the things that Conor says. It's pretty obvious that he studied him, and he just took a lot of inspiration from him. Now he kind of badmouths Conor, which I don't blame him for, because Conor at this point is what is bro doing at this point? He's a piece of shit, but I think he tries to sway the audience to believe that he hates Conor when in all actuality, that's his fucking idol in a way, right? At this point, I think he's destiny swapping with Conor McGregor. He's doing every single thing that I believe Conor had aspirations to do and more, because he just beat Charles Oliveira. Now he has how many fights left? He's only 28 years of age. He has so many things to do. Maybe go into boxing. He's at 155 right now, right? So let's say he does a catch weight with Devin Haney at 150 in a year or two. Beats Devin Haney or has a good fight with him, gives him a run for his money. Like little things like that are going to make him even bigger. Him maybe fighting at 170. Conor always wanted to go to 170 and fight for a belt. He's talked about times where he wanted to fight Tyron Woodley back in the day. Ilia has an opportunity to do that if Islam beats JDM. So he's just doing all these things that I believe Conor had aspirations for back in the day. And like I said, it's just a fine example of destiny swapping. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just crazy to see it in real time. I won't say that Ilia's going to be the biggest star the UFC's ever had. Even if he wins a welterweight title, I still think in the time that Conor came up, he's kind of seen as the Muhammad Ali of MMA. So I don't think he'll ever be as big as Conor, but I do think he has a lot of potential to be like a mega star, honestly. I really do. He just has to keep winning, and that's the hard part, right? But genuinely, it's crazy to see a random Georgian guy comes into the UFC, and he's probably going to do it better than Conor did. Let's be real. On Conor's end, it's sad to see. He was once a guy that everyone looked up to. Now no one gives a shit about him, honestly. And I really don't ever think he's going to come back. That injury is too severe. Maybe if he fights Michael Chandler. I know he was talking about the White House the other day. I don't know. To me, those are pipe dreams. He's just kind of hyping up the crowd. Everyone's always going to make reports on him oh my God, Conor McGregor's coming back. He's coming back. Bro, shut the fuck up. He's not coming back, bro. He has a bare-knuckle UFC thing going on. I know he's probably fuming at his house, bro. Every day he sees this shit. He sees a new quote of his that Ilia Topuria is using. The same mannerisms, the whole nine, bro. Just stealing everything that Conor did. Bro's probably going insane. And although I'm saying all this, Ilia still has to go out there and win, right? And he's doing it. He's telling people what he's going to do, and then he's knocking them out. He's putting them away. Volkanovski knocking out Max Holloway is literally insane. Still to this day, I don't even mean to sound like I'm glazing. Like, I think it's crazy. But I will say, like, this is a thing with Islam as well. With the Max, he moved down in weight. I think that just takes away from a lot of people. And Islam might do it as well. Like, if he beats JDM and Ilia's like, nah, let's fight at 155. He gets peer pressure to do it. I think Ilia would fuck Islam up at 155. But at 170, it might be a different story, right? But I say that to say, like, I think some of his wins do have asterisks, right? But he's still doing what he says he's going to do every time. It's very impressive. It's kind of like Mystic Mac back in the day. Although they do have different styles. You know, Topuria is a anti-grappler with amazing boxing, nasty power. Conor McGregor's style was obviously built to anti-grapple as well because he's going to stand up and knock you out, right? But they're very different as well. Like their frames, the way they move. They're both different stances, Southpaw and Orthodox. But they're really like Goku and Goku Black. That's really how I see them, honestly. But yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to show an example of destiny swapping and how it's happening in real time. It's very interesting to see. This is a thing that happens with a lot of people from day to day. I just thought this would be a very interesting short video. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back for the next one.
Who's up? My man. My man. Yes, my man. My man.
Champion.
My man.
Ilia Topuria. There he is. What a setting. How are you, Ilia? Great to see you, my...
Too much power. Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.